Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, March the 13th, where I am. I'm currently visiting Nashville, Tennessee, so my time zones are a little off, so bear with me. We not only, of course, had the time change this weekend, but now I changed time zones anyway. But we are here, we are ready for unit number 2, and I'm going to go through unit 2 with you, make sure you know what to do this week and all that good stuff. Lots of wonderful discussion this week over on the Getting to Know You introductory discussion board. So I encourage you to stay that active. This week, we do start the official timing of those. So you will need to, if you want all your points, you will need to post your own response to anything by Wednesday, and then you have until the end of the week to respond to additional students. So that's an updated thing from what we were doing last week. We also last week had a journal entry, and this week we have a writing assignment. So a little bit different things going on this week. So we'll take a look at that and help you get started. All right, so let's take a look first at the homepage. Notice, and a lot of you have emailed me, so I appreciate it. I noticed that a few of you did make sure that you saw the additional announcements this week. Always look for the announcements. This week I had a couple. One was just an infographic about succeeding in online classes. And then I'm going to be sharing with you a number of these YouTube videos that I have made that I call mini lessons. I've tried to keep them very short, and they're going to be aimed at things that you need to do in our course. So they're all going to kind of pertain to us. In the first mini lesson, I went over some very important vocabulary for academic writing specifically. So if you haven't already looked at that, feel free to take a look. Those mini lessons are all in a watch list, what do they call it? Playlist, right? Got lost there. Playlist in my YouTube channel. So I'm going to post them when they're relevant, but if you want to take a look at others, I'm still creating them. There's a few more topics that I want to get out there, but you're welcome to look at those anytime, obviously, once you're out on my YouTube channel. My weekly videos, of course, are always housed on my YouTube channel as well. It just makes it a lot easier to post those, but then that also means that you can go look at previous terms of this course's welcome videos if you need some extra help. They are all clearly marked as post and the course and whatever week. So I do have some other English 107s out there if you are interested. All right. So as I mentioned, we're entering Unit 2, which is where we are going to be focusing on some time management. Now, I can also use help with time management. So we are all human. And so time management is something that all of us kind of struggle with from time to time. So this is a good lesson for everybody. And it also, this kind of plays into what some folks were asking on the discussion board this week. Why do we have to take English? Why do we have to take classes that are not in our major? There was a lot of discussion about that. This is another of those lessons that's going to help you with your other courses for time management thing. Almost every college on the planet does require things like English, and in this case, this is a student success topic, but it's embedded in English. So you're getting that lesson a couple of different ways. Anyway, so that's what our objectives are: time management strategies and how to apply those to your own daily activities. We're going to be reading, viewing, and engaging with the readings and resources, which we always will, and actively participate in the Unit 2 discussion, complete and submit the Unit 2 writing activity. So those are your overview for the week, and then we get into the assigned materials. So articles, websites, and videos. You'll notice there's a bunch of links in here. including a lesson on how to submit your work in Blackboard. I'm going to go over that too, but there are some resources there for you to read and a video for you to view. It's a good one on procrastination. Again, I need that video as well. And then we're going to be doing an activity called Practice with Writing. So in this unit's practice, the focus is on sentence structure and how to take a simple sentence and create compound sentences. So one of the things, of course, that we want to do as writers is grow in our vocabulary and in our complexity. There's kind of a misnomer about college writing that it's super complex. It really isn't, but we do tend to make our sentences more complex. Sometimes our paragraphs get longer. There's a lot of things that we do as we grow in academic writing. So that practice is going to be helpful to you. This is a little module. So all you do is click on the link, and then you will click on Unit 1 to begin, and you'll work your way all the way through. This will not take you a huge amount of time, but this is a very valuable resource. So please do not ever skip over the practices. They are super helpful. And then you get to your graded items. So the way that I like to put it is you have to learn before you earn. And a lot of times people are tempted to skip directly to the graded things. Oh, let me finish my discussion board. Oh, let me write my paragraph that I have to find. Please take the time every week to do all the readings, view all the videos, including these, because that's how you actually do the learning. If you were already prepared for doing the assignments, then you wouldn't need to be taking this class. Like if you already knew everything and you are perfect, then you don't need to take the class. But we go over this stuff in order to help you learn the things that you need to do to successfully complete the assignments. So in this first discussion, you are going to talk about time management and the concept of grit. You need to have done the readings in order to have good context here. So we will consider time management. What do you already know about time management and procrastination? What does time management mean to you? And how does your personal grit help you with time management? So all of those terms are discussed and developed and elaborated on in the reading assignments. So please do those first and then come and do your post. Now, here is a link to the discussion board rubric, and this is the most normal rubric for the discussion boards. When you see a discussion board, your initial post must be submitted by Wednesday night. Your initial content needs to address all the things within the prompt and should be pretty well developed. So think about at least one full paragraph, sometimes two. Sometimes it'll even ask you for 2 paragraphs. So do what's asked in it and then make sure that is up by Wednesday night. Now, I highly recommend typing up even your initial post responses in Word so that you can save them, so that you can run spell check, etc. But if you're typing in the box, we'll see that box in a second, and you have installed Grammarly, then Grammarly will help you proofread and edit your work as you go. So do install Grammarly if you have not already. So then after Wednesday, you should come back at least once or twice and post replies to your other classmates or to me by the Sunday night of the discussion. Sometimes your classmates will ask you a question, so responding to them is good that way. I might ask you a question, and so on and so forth. But you really want to have at least a couple of replies to your classmates' own posts, like the one that you did. So continuing the discussion as part of the grade, what does that mean? It can be demonstrated in your replies, by adding things, personal experience or connections to the course material, asking them questions, your classmates, generating new ideas, giving them a suggestion, that sort of thing. So with the post to others, my suggestion is to always aim for at least 3 to 5 sentences, full sentences. Now that can be tough sometimes because we tend to just want to say, you did a great job. And that's not really discussion. That's praise, which is always a good start, but follow it up with real discussion. And then you have a grade for professional communication. So of course, we want to be courteous, civil, professional, but we also want to use proper spelling, grammar, and sentence structure. And that becomes difficult sometimes when you're posting to others. But again, Grammarly will help you with polishing that. And don't hit submit or post until you've had a chance to look back over it. So the rubric itself is right here. These are worth 20 points. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but in the greater scheme, the better you do on these, the easier it is to get a really good grade in the course. So you can always aim for meets or exceeds expectations. And then when you get feedback, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later this week, you'll go over the feedback and see maybe what areas you can improve. All right. The writing assignment is finding a source. And when we are ready to turn it in, we'll click on the link and we'll do that in a second, but I want to go over it first. So throughout this class, you will be examining different types of sources on a variety of subjects. Some of those sources will be from the post-university library, and other sources will be from the internet. In this assignment, you will find one source about time management and evaluate it. So let's click on the assignment sheet. Now these, I think I mentioned in the very first week, I am a big proponent of printing this out if you have the ability to do so, because you will have these questions to guide you. I feel like that's really important. I'm also going to open a Word document. So pause 1 second here, because I want to show you what this is actually going to look like as well. Sorry, I have too many folders, and so things get lost. Things always get lost. Let's see. I want to show you one that has a reference page on it. Let me find my best one for that. Okay, this one is not yours specifically. Let me share it. But this is set up as a correct document. So I will fix some things on it to show you. It's good to show anyway, because when you pull a template from somewhere, whether it be from our own course materials or whether you use a document like this that I will share with you, it's important to make sure you fill in all the pieces. So this is an APA template. I'm going to resave this for you guys specifically. So let's do save as post ENG107 Unit 2 template. And I will share this Word document so you can actually open it, type it, save it for yourself. I'll put it in the announcement as well. So let's look at what we're doing with this Word document, and then I'll show you what all things need to be done. All right. So throughout this class, you will be examining that we already looked at. Find one source about, I love the typos in these. Find one source about how to be successful with time management. Write a paragraph of at least 6 sentences about the source that addresses the following questions. So you're going to answer these questions within your paragraph, and it's just one paragraph. Why did you pick this source? What is the source about? Provide a summary of the information of the source in your own words. What makes it a good source to share in the classroom? And include the link for your source. Now, the writing assignments are only going to be seen by me. These are formal assignments that you are typing up in Word. You're creating them using APA format, which is what we're going to look at with this template. And you're going to have both a paragraph that is at least 6 sentences long, and you're going to have your first bibliography. In APA, we call it a reference page, but that's where you share how to find the source that you are looking at. Now, this leaves it open as far as whether you want to find this source online or whether you want to find it on the library. I will tell you that using the library is going to benefit you in a couple of different ways, not the least of which is that library sources have APA citations already supplied for them. And when we get things off the internet, we have to look up how to do that. So I highly recommend using a source from the library. So when you are done with it, okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to create my little thing here. So this will be, I'm just going to call it time management for ease. This will be your name. So let's do Joe Student. And the affiliation means the Department of English Post University. Oops, I can't spell today. Your course number, which is ENG107. Your instructor, my name, of course, is Jackie Pierce. And the due date, which will be Sunday. So that is going to be the 19th. Okay, so, come on. March 19, oops, 2023. All right. I don't know why in the template there it has a comma after month, but this is just how you do a regular date, nothing new. We're going to also include the title at the top of this page. Oops, except I can't remember what I made the title. There we go, time management. Now I'm going to leave all this stuff in here because this has a lot of good information about how to write a paper, how to cite sources, all that good stuff. But you are only going to need one single paragraph. So all of this information is going to be, you're basically going to, you know what? I'm going to give you this separately. I just realized this is going to make it really hard. So we're going to delete almost everything because I want you to have something that looks exactly like what you're going to do. I'm going to leave this longer paragraph here and delete everything else. Because you're not writing an essay, you're writing one single paragraph here. So we only need one paragraph. This paragraph is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This paragraph is 9 sentences long. Your paragraph only needs to be 6, but don't stop yourself at 6. Sometimes I don't like that they give you a, like, oh, it has to be at least this, because sometimes we then just kind of lag off, for lack of a better term. And then you are going to have your first citation. Now I'm going to leave 2 citations on here for you. I'm going to leave one that would have come from the library, and I'm going to leave one that would be a website. That one's a website. Okay. So let's get rid of this and let's get rid of this. Okay. So you are only going to have one article, and it is either going to be from the library, which would look more like this. We've got authors, we've got a date, we've got the title of the article, we've got the title of the journal, and then what's called a DOI. Some of them won't have that. It'll just end with the page numbers. The other one is from the website Purdue's OWL, or Online Writing Lab. It still has authors, and some websites do. It still has a date. If this did not have a date, which many websites don't, we use the abbreviation N period, D period for no date. But you're going to use a good resource to create your citation, and then you don't have to worry about it. We'll walk you through that. And I'll post a video of one of my mini lessons on how this is done. Okay. But this is what it will look like if it is a website, and it will have the URL at the end. Okay. So then in this paragraph, you're going to talk about the article. I would introduce the authors, the title, where you found it, why you liked this one as opposed to other ones, and then what you learned about time management. And that's it. That's your assignment for this week. So I'm going to close this and save it, and I will attach this to the lesson. And then when you're ready to actually turn it in, we click on the link of like the title link, and we scroll down. We looked at this. I think we looked a little bit at this last week, but we didn't have a writing assignment. We had a journal assignment. So this does look a little bit different. And this week, you need to go directly to where it says browse local files. You will never use this on a formal writing assignment. I wish they would take it away, to be honest. You go to it'll open up your directory. You pick the one. This is the one we just created. And then you're going to click, I agree to submit my papers to the global reference database. And you're going to click submit. That is how you turn in an assignment. When you get it back from me, you will have the ability to look at the feedback and the rubric scores. I will leave you notes, and I will post a video about where to find that later this week. So those are your marching orders for Unit 2. If you run into any problems or questions, please reach out. I am working a conference, so my days are a little weird, but I am available. I will be on and off the computer all day. So if you have questions, email, honestly, is probably the fastest way to get in touch with me if you have a private question. If you have a question about the assignment or turning things in or any of that kind of stuff, feel free to post that on the Ask the Instructor discussion board. Remember, you have links to it always available over here where it says Ask the Instructor, or you can click on discussions, and that will take you to the discussion page. That's it. Everybody have a great week, and I will chat with you again very soon.